to dish it or take off, and we got a good seal block. It's one-on-one, and he kind of got pinned behind the block that happened on the outside, and his guy to stay in bounds was, I didn't know it was going to work out that way, but it did. Sure. Yeah, I mean, I knew I didn't step out whenever the play was going on, and people asked me, you sure you're in bounds? I was positive, but I watched it the whole way, and it felt good to get a touchdown like that off the bat.
Make sure that it wouldn't happen.
That was just all talk. That was all people hyping it up more than it needed to be. To me, it was just whole game. Come out and have fun here. It's your last game with this team. It's your last game with your team for the year. This team will never be together again. So it's fun. You played well, so will treat you nice. The Cardinals did excellent job with the hospitality. It's fun. Go out and play with your brothers and guys that you love. It was just great to play the game. It was fun. And people really made it out to be more than what it was. I never really looked at that. Never really listened to what people had to say.
What can you get better?
There's plenty of things.
Anything specifically?
I mean, as a passer, I mean, there's plenty of things I can do. Fundamental-wise, footwork-wise, as a runner, you can always do better. You can always get faster. There's always somewhere to improve. Once I go back and look and kind of evaluate my parts of the season and what I can do better, throwing less balls up your back foot, even though it may work out, do it right. Get better. That's my goal. I mean, I think any team that plays us really wants to stop our offense. We did a lot of damage to some teams this year. I know he was hyped about the game, and they were pumped about the game. And he's taking the field. It was just another day, just another time to go out. So blessed to go play this game. It was just another time to go out and have fun with my brothers.
Did you think of yourself as a Heisman Trophy winner at all yourself?
No, I'm still Johnny Manziel, the same guy I was against the 40. I mean, I've got better. Our team's got better, obviously, but I'm still the same person.
They tried to do anything differently to you guys tonight, or that you hadn't seen earlier this season?
They blitzed more than normal. I think they tried. Once some things were working in their scheme, they want safety more than they usually do. They don't really pull that out.
That kind of play into your guys' hands?
No, we just adjusted. Coach McKinney and everybody up in the box did a great job at adjusting, and we did a lot of good things offensively.
Johnny, you've surprised so many people this year, but what about this year has surprised you?
Just how much we've done better. 11 wins. I always had a high expectation for this team. I always had double-digit wins in mind. I didn't care if Florida was on the schedule, or LSU was on the schedule, or Bama, or whatever it was. That never even crossed my mind. People might have said, "Oh, well, you have to go into Tuscaloosa. That's counted as a loss." Well, what about it now? So for me, it's just been such a great year. To have these wins, it's been crazy. It depends on how hard people want to work in this offseason. People, I'm gonna call this team up and call the people that are left and say, how bad do we want this? Do we just want to be preseason hype, and do we just want to be all this hype and not back it up, or do we really want to come out and grind in the summer when people don't want to come? When you have class all morning and you don't want to go to 7-on-7 in the afternoon, and you don't want to wake up at 6:30 and lift, and you don't want to do some of these things. That's going to be big for us as a team. If you want to put in the work, I think you can. The sky's the limit for this team.
The way you guys are playing now, can you play with anybody in the country? Is it frustrating there isn't a playoff where you guys could keep playing at this point?
It's kind of just the what-if deal. What if there was a playoff? I mean, we knew going into the season what format it was, so that never really crossed our mind. But obviously, we hung, and we beat the number 2 team in the country right now. But we really feel like we could hang with anybody in the country. We have a really good football team. We had a really solid football team this year, and that's that.
Johnny, was this the best game you've played all year, you think, tonight?
It was probably our best team offensive-wise. I mean, the team, they kind of put me in good situations. The coaches put me in great situations to be successful. But as far as offensive line, never really got touched. Opened up huge holes. I mean, all you could ask for in a team, we did that tonight.
Do you personally feel like it was your best game, though?
I don't know. I don't really have my own individual bar that I have of what games were better than the others. But team-wise, it was a good team win.
Johnny, the 4th and 5 slant. Talk about the call itself and the execution.
Great. I mean, I probably would have checked that even if it played out, because it was the play that we had called. If I would have seen that, I knew the guy was blitzing. I knew they were about to bring blitz. It was 4th down. Pressure had been their go-to thing. So I knew they were going to bring blitz, and I would have probably checked that anyways, but it happened to be called. Swampy ran a great route. He said he had been breaking the guy off all night when he got man coverage, so I trusted him. I put it out there before he even got out of his break, and it worked out perfectly.
Johnny, a lot of quarterbacks, but especially when they win the Heisman or nominate, they say it's a team award. First time the team has come together since that first week in December. What was the camaraderie like, and what was the win like, just knowing you guys were all together?
It was great, just for the offensive line and how easy it is for them to get overlooked, and how easy it is for people to forget about how much of a offense and how much of a team effort that the Heisman was, and I just get to bask in the glory of it. I just get to be the face and the name that's tagged with that one. Really, I can't thank everybody on this team enough for putting me in this situation. You go back to the Ole Miss game, Mike Evans, that catch, you lose that game, you don't have a good chance at winning the Heisman. Tony Hurd's interception that game to seal the win, and just time after time after time and story after story of what they've done to bring my success upon myself. It's been crazy.
John, a lot of days in between games, you end up playing and losing all of those distractions against a familiar opponent. Just eliminating those distractions. What did you guys do to do that and do it so well tonight?
I mean, there weren't really any distractions for us. It was Coach Kingsbury. That was the big thing for us. That was the big thing that kind of hung us up as offense. There was a week period there where it was kind of chaos and clutter and figure out what we wanted to do. But as far as there was no the stuff I did with the Heisman, all that wasn't ever a distraction for us. We were just chomping at the bit to come back and play football and play one last time together as a unit.
How much of a privilege?
Yeah, just 2 more questions for Johnny.
How much of a privilege has it been this year to play with 2 bookend tackles that could go first round, and to kind of help continue with your development, and also, an upperclassman senior at center as well, and a great guard?
Well, I hope they aren't first round draft picks this year. If they are, then I'm the happiest person on the world for them, and I think that they deserve it. They work hard. In the spring, they work hard every time, and for them and Patrick Lewis and this whole offensive line for what they've done this year and what they've done for me has been. I really can't express my love for them enough, and what they've done for me I'll never get tired of telling it.
Make it good, Abigail.
When you say football is fun, the whole game, what was your favorite play? If you could choose one highlight for the whole game.
Either the touchdown pass to Easy at the end of the game that kind of sealed it, or the first touchdown run. It was fun to hit the little cam, the quick cam for a minute. It was that run was cool for me, and just to celebrate and set the tone and get some stuff rolling off the bat. That was something that's gonna stick for a while.
Is it going to be easy to
Final
keep it,
question.
Is it going to be easy to keep it fun? With the expectations and the spotlight that obviously aren't going away.
That's never gonna get to me. The hype that people throw on me, the expectations, all that. It doesn't matter if I come out and throw for 100 yards next year and rush for 50 and we win a national championship. That's all I care about. What people hype on me, I'm not worried about that. Football is always going to be fun for me. It's always going to be fun to go run around, throw the football, and try and score and have other people try to stop you. It's a game, and that's always going to be fun for me.